So this question wants you to solve how many millimeters are there in 2.5 times 10 to the power of 2 kilometers. So we have two conversion factors that we can use. We can first convert kilometers to meters, and then we can further convert meters to millimeters. And because our initial value of kilometers is given in scientific notation, let's just keep it simple and keep everything in scientific notation. So the way that you want to solve this is using dimensional analysis. And when you solve it, you want to start with your given value. So let's start. We have 2.5 times 10 to the power of 2 kilometers. And so now we can multiply this by our first conversion factor, where we know 1 kilometer is equal to 1 times 10 to the power of 3 meters. And now we can multiply this also by our second conversion factor, where we use 1 meter is equal to 1 times 10 to the power of 3 millimeters. Now, before we actually solve this, it's always a good idea to just go through and make sure you put your numerator and denominator in the right places to make sure that all of your units cancel. So we have kilometers and kilometers can cancel, and meters can cancel, and we're left with millimeters, which is our desired unit. So then we can multiply through using rules for multiplying scientific notation. So the first thing you want to do is all of your coefficients. So you have 1, 1, and 2.5. You want to multiply those together. So 2.5 times 1 is equal to 2.5. And for our exponents, because we're multiplying everything together, you just add them. So you have 2 plus 3 plus 3. And so 2 plus 3 plus 3 is going to be equal to 2.5 times 10 to the power of 8 millimeters. And this value makes sense because since kilometer is a much larger unit, you can measure the same area using a smaller number. And because millimeter is much smaller, you need a lot more millimeters to make up the same length in kilometers. So it makes sense that this value is larger.